What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be the next part of my definitive collection video series. Hope you're loving the previous two parts. I'm having a great time doing it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to part 3 of the collection videos here on my channel. Today we've got another batch of movies to show you guys for my collection. Last part wasn't too long, I don't think, around 40 minutes. So it's kind of a good kind of duration. Hopefully we'll keep that up. Depends how long I talk for. So let's get straight into it, guys. Before I do, please leave a like. It's taken me quite a long time to do these videos, so a like would be really appreciated. And if you're new around here, please subscribe. So let's get into the video, guys. First movie of the day, we have the Coen Brothers Hail Caesar movie. A decent movie. I was quite excited for this because it was kind of including the Roman Empire kind of theme to it, which I love. But it was slightly different from what I was expecting, but I still enjoyed the movie. Admittedly, I've only seen it once though, but I did enjoy it. It's got a good cast. Although some of them, like Scarlett Johansson and Jonah Hill, they're not really in the movie all that much. They're probably there just to sell the movie, but yeah, it's still a good movie. Check it out if you haven't. I did get this on release day, so it came with a slipcover as well. But yeah, check it out. It's a decent movie. I would say don't watch the trailer, because you'll get thrown off maybe with the trailer. Alright, next movie, guys, we've got the Hateful Eight. This is the HMV Steelbook. In my top 5 Tarantino films, I would probably say it's probably my second favourite film actually from him. First being Kill Bill Volume 1. But I absolutely love this film. The first time I saw it, I was just floored by how good it was. Yeah, it was awesome. You know, the story. It's one of those heavy dialogue movies, but it was so interesting, you always kept watching. I love the snowy kind of theme to it. Of course, it's being a Western was even better for me. Yeah, great movie. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Very nice steelbook. I love the white with the blue, and then you got the specks of blood. Yeah, great movie. Love it. I could watch that over and over again. Next up, I actually just rewatched this a couple days ago, maybe a week ago now. I was never a big fan of this movie, but everyone else was. But I really appreciated it when I did rewatch it, and that was Heat, the classic heist movie. Yeah, I was never a huge fan of this when I first saw this. I had it on DVD for a couple of years. I enjoyed it. I just didn't care much for it. But rewatching it recently, I actually really enjoyed the film. So maybe it just took me a couple watches to really appreciate it. But this is a great movie. I am in the camp where it's a great movie. Yeah, it's just a great movie, especially the scene when they're trying to flee the bank and the cops are chasing them. Like that, it's just such a great scene. I love it. And then when the cops are trying to track down the robbers, and then they're like, oh, they're looking at us. That was a great scene. Yeah, great movie. This is the new edition that came out about a year ago now, which has got 2 discs. It's got a whole new transfer, digitally remastered, and it's got a buttload of special features. So it's better than the old release. I never had the old release, so I just went straight up and got this one. But nice slipcover as well. There was a steelbook, but as I said, I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, so I just picked up the standard Blu-ray. But great movie. I'll definitely be watching that more often. Next up, one of my favourite comedies. The first time I saw this, I was laughing my ass off. It's called The Heat, with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock. Give her a chance in this. No one likes Melissa McCarthy. I know there's people that do, but you know, from who I've heard, no one likes her. but definitely give this a try. She is hilarious in this movie. There's not one thing she says in this that isn't classed as a funny line. It's funny, and it's a good story. It's, you know, it's a decent story. Sandra Bullock's pretty good in here. Yeah, it's a great movie. Check it out. There's some pictures of them in the back. Yeah, it's just a great movie. Came with a slipcover as well. I think I saw this on TV, and then straight away I just ordered it online because I loved it so much. But yeah, great movie. Check out the extended cut as well. There's some funnier moments in there. Next up, Jeff Bridges, Ben Foster, Chris Pine as well. Hell or High Water. I mainly checked this out because of the hype it was getting. Nearly everyone got it and said it was fantastic. I didn't love it as much as everyone else, but I still really enjoyed the film. I do need to give it another watch, but I did really enjoy it when I first saw it. I did get it when it came out here in the UK, and it's a good movie. I like Chris Pine, also from Star Trek. Yeah, Jeff Bridges was awesome. He was the kind of the cop that's going after them. I like Jeff Bridges. You know, I like him. He's kind of the same person in every movie, but you know. Again, came with the slip. I got this when it came out, so yeah. Good movie. It is technically a heist movie, kind of. Next up, Dwayne Johnson, another kind of Greek mythology flick. We got Hercules. This one wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was actually pretty decent. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this one. It was pretty good. There is a 3D release, which I'll get at some point, but I've had this for, well, since it came out, I think. I picked it up. And actually, I remember picking this up straight away because of the slipcover. I didn't want to miss out on the slipcover, because it's awesome looking. But yeah. It's good. It's good. I think there is an extended cut out in some countries. For whatever reason, the UK never got it, but hey, that always happens. Next up, we've got a great movie. Anthony Hopkins, one of my favourite movies from him, definitely. Hitchcock. All about the making of Psycho. It's great. Helen Mirren plays Alma, his wife. It's great. It really is great. Both of them are totally convincing. You would really think that was his wife. You would really think this was Alfred Hitchcock if you hadn't seen a photo of the real Alfred Hitchcock. He does a great job in this. He really does. It's one of my most watched Blu-rays, probably. I remember when I got it, I was watching it maybe once a week for about 2 or 3 months. I just love it, and it's really short. It's like an hour and a half, so it's easy just to sit and watch. Yeah, definitely check this movie out. It's great. I don't think, yeah, nothing really inside. Cool artwork though. But yeah, I really recommend people check this movie out because it's really good, and I don't think many people have seen it, so please check it out. A couple box sets now. First one we've got is the Hangover Trilogy. This is all 3 movies which come individually, if I can show you. So we've got the Hangover, the original first classic one. Hangover 2, pretty much a remake. And Hangover 3. And then by buying this box set, you actually get a bonus disc included with the 3rd movie. So you get a bonus disc as well. I love the first one. The first one was great. It was one of those really popular comedies that was actually really good and funny. I thought it was hilarious the first time I saw it. I really enjoyed it. I loved the extended cut. The second one was pretty much a remake, or just the same movie but in a different place. There was some funny moments though. The bar or strip club scene was pretty funny when Stu finds out what he's done. Pretty funny, I won't give it away. There is some funny moments, but it's kind of the same movie, isn't it? And then the third one I've seen a couple times. I just don't ever remember it. I remember the breaking into the house. I remember that, but that's about it. And I've seen it a couple times. For whatever reason, I just don't ever remember the movie. But yeah, they're funny. You know, I do tend to watch all three. When I watch the first one, I do tend to watch all of them. But yeah, they're funny comedies, you know, not too serious. These are deadly serious. These, again, one of my favourite franchises, if you could call this a franchise. We've got the Hannibal Lecter Trilogy. One of my all-time favourite trilogies. It's just amazing. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. Yeah, these movies are just great. Again, same as the Hangover Trilogy. You got the first one, which was Red Dragon, which of course, there was a Red Dragon movie already made, Manhunter, which I didn't really like that much. I got Silence of the Lambs, the classic that everyone knows. So that's pretty good. And Hannibal by Ridley Scott with Julianne Moore, which some people have issues with. I really enjoyed the movie. So yeah, really, as I said, one of my favourite trilogies. You know, you don't really count Hannibal Rising because not many people have seen that. I don't own it either, but I have seen it. My favourite would have to be Silence of the Lambs, but then it would definitely have to be Red Dragon. I thought this was fantastic. Edward Norton did a really good job in this movie. Yeah, it's amazing. But you have to give it that, you know, Silence of the Lambs is by far the best one. Just such a creepy movie. But Hannibal I really enjoyed. I did really enjoy this one. It was really good in my opinion. Ray Liotta was in it, which was pretty cool. But yeah, so Hannibal, love it. Check it out if you haven't. These are really movies you need to check out if you haven't. And you can buy that for like £10 nowadays. It's dirt cheap. And then years and years later, they decided to expand the Hannibal franchise or universe, not really a universe, but a franchise. And they decided to do the TV show. And I'll admit it, it took me a couple watches to fully get into this show. But when I did, it was fantastic. And I totally loved watching it. And I was so thankful I actually did watch it. It was really my uncle that got me into it. He was a massive fan of it when it first aired. And yeah, it took me a couple of tries. You know, the first couple of times I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's not that great. But I gave it a rewatch a couple of years later and I absolutely fell in love with it. It's a fantastic show. Sadly it got cancelled, which really is a crime. But yeah, this is the complete series set that I got on Black Friday. It was like £14. Couldn't pass that up. So you got the first season. They all have great cover art as well. So that's the first season, second season, and the third season, which was the last season. Yeah, I really hope, there is talks and rumours that they are bringing the show back. I think they had planned to do 5 seasons or 6 seasons, and then that would be it. I heard they were planning on doing the Silence of the Lambs storyline. But I think there was rights issues while filming. But I've read somewhere they did get the rights eventually, so who knows, they might end up doing a 4th season. I don't know. So hopefully they do, because it's a great show. Next up, John Wayne, my favourite actor, so I have a lot of his films on Blu-ray. First off, we've got Hondo. I love this film. I had it on DVD for many years and I absolutely loved it. The sequel wasn't that good. It wasn't John Wayne. I can't remember who was in it, but it was called Hondo and the Apaches. Nowhere near as good as this. Yeah, you can't beat the Duke in this. Great movie. I was so glad it finally came out on Blu-ray. And actually I was messing about one day and I decided to add my own custom artwork to it. So if I take the disc out I can show you. I just got bored one day, so I thought I'll do some artwork. There you go. So you got like the main chief, Apache chief, and then you got John Wayne. I just thought it was something cool to do. I was bored, so yeah. I don't do it to all my movies. But yeah, Hondo, great movie, check it out. Again, I said about Adventures of Robin Hood, Leonard Maltin does an introduction to this in the special features. Definitely give that a watch before watching the movie. This I can go through fast because it's a TV show. I got insanely addicted to this TV show. Again, like Chicago Fire, I was watching pretty much a season of it a week during the summer. I'm talking about Homeland with Claire Danes and Damian Lewis. So we got season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4 with the slipcover, and season 5 with the slipcover also. I've yet to pick up season 6. I have seen season 6. I thought it was the weakest out of the series, so that's why I'm taking my time to pick it up. I have seen it though. I watched it on TV as it was coming out. Season 7 now is on TV. I am watching it. It's season 6 and 7 are kind of a two-parter combined. I would say it's more of season 6 is a build up to season 7. But yeah, great show. Yeah, I absolutely love these. Season 4 was by far the best season in my opinion. Just the story and what happens. I mean, my jaw was dropped a couple times in this season. It was just amazing. Yeah, great show. Check it out. It's amazing. It is still going, so you might want to wait until it finishes maybe, but yeah, watch it at some point because it's a great show. The only Hobbit film that you'll see in this, because the rest are on 3D, but we've got the first Hobbit Steelbook. As I said, the rest are on 3D. I do have the extended editions also, as well as the theatrical Steelbooks, so yeah, I'm a huge Middle-earth fan. But yeah, the first movie, pretty good. The first couple times I watched it, I didn't mind the length of the film, but as I've watched it over the years, I would say that the opening maybe half hour, 40 minutes could have been trimmed down a little bit. I know it's character development and setting the story and things, but it did drag on a little bit just for me. But other than that, I had no complaints with the film. Second and third ones were great, so yeah, The Hobbit. My favourite is probably definitely Desolation of Smaug, the second one. That was my favourite out of the Hobbit trilogy. Okay, moving on. We've got 2 more stacks to go. Another TV show, House of Cards. This is seasons 1 and 2. They come in a nice little digipack on their own. So you got season 1 digipack and season 2 digipack. And then I did pick up season 3 on its own as well, with the J cards. That just comes off, and then you got the digipack. So yeah, it's a good show. I don't know if I'll be picking up the rest on Blu-ray or not. To me, it's not highly rewatchable. So I may not even pick up the rest on Blu-ray. I have seen season 4. I don't think I've seen season 5. Is that the season we're on? I think so. It's a good show, you know, despite the thing with Kevin Spacey. It was a good show when it was prime. It was a good show. It was kind of a reboot of the BBC show House of Cards, but I enjoy it. I can't remember her name, but his wife is really good in this show. Robin Wright, yeah, she was in Wonder Woman as well, most recently. So yeah, check out House of Cards, it's great. It's on Netflix as well, and in 4K. Next up, another Western. This one is it's probably the first release that came out for this movie. How the West Was Won. Great epic sprawling movie, definitely a Sunday afternoon movie, really long but really good. Great cast, you know, if I show you the lineup in the back, it's just a great cast of people. Yeah, great movie. This is a cool release because it has the is it the Cinerama release of it, which was like the curved kind of view of the film. It does look weird on a modern TV, but it's cool that you get it, of course. But it comes with a slipcover. It is a 2-disc release as well. I'll just show you quickly. Yeah, so you got the widescreen letterboxed version, and then the Smilebox Cinerama disc also. Beautiful transfer. There's one or two scenes where there's kind of like a line down the screen and it kind of washes out a bit of the picture. And I've noticed online people saying that as well, so that kind of ruins it a little bit, but overall most of the movie looks fantastic. Yeah, really awesome, great. In our series of films, which I haven't really delved into very much, we've got the Hunger Games Steelbook. This is the 3-disc edition, which is pretty cool. And then I do have Catching Fire as well, Steelbook. I've only seen the first one. I never read the books. To be honest, when they were coming out in cinemas, I really didn't pay attention to them. I wasn't that interested. And then I finally watched the first film, and I actually really enjoyed it. I loved the concept of them having to try and survive. I really enjoyed it. I just haven't went and watched the rest of them, mainly because they're really long, but also just because there is a number of them as well. So yeah, I'll get through them eventually. Yeah, I know the last one was the only one in 3D as well, so that'll maybe be an incentive to pick the last one up. Next up, this is quite a rare one to get now. It's the US release of Incredible Hulk. This guy on eBay had listed, with no pictures, no description, all the title was Incredible Hulk with lenticular cover. And I thought, oh, it'll be the UK release, it'll have the blue case, it'll have just one disc. But I thought, fine, I'll get it, because I haven't got the movie on Blu-ray. And then it came, and it was the US release, and then it had the green case. So I thought, that's pretty good. And this sells for a lot of money. If you properly see it on eBay, it does sell for a lot of money, especially in the US. But I got it for a whopping £4, so that was awesome. I do enjoy this movie. I do enjoy it. I noticed it was coming out in 4K. I probably won't pick it up for a long time, just because I don't watch it a whole lot, but I watch it every couple of years. It is a Marvel film, and it has its moments. So yeah, I just wish they would do a Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie. Next up, I've seen this so many times, I've probably lost count. It's The Hurt Locker, by Catherine Bigelow. Great movie. I keep saying it. It's awesome. I love this film. Jeremy Renner, he plays part of a bomb disposal unit, and yeah, great movie. Very not dark in places, but the reality of war really hits you in certain scenes. Great movie though, great movie. And again, the same time as doing Hondo, oh, I actually took it out. I used to have artwork on the inside, but I must have took it out. I don't remember doing that. Anyway, oh well. But yeah, love it. I would like to get a steelbook for this as well, actually. So yeah, Hurt Locker. I'm sure everyone's seen it. The The sound system really kicks in if you watch that movie with like a sound system. It really packs a punch. Another classic film with Paul Newman, really great film, the Hustler, Steelbook. Yeah, don't need to say much, everyone's seen it. Of course, I don't have The Colour of Money, the sequel, I don't have it yet. I just have the first one, but this is the only one you really need, isn't it? Yeah, great movie though, and it looks great on Blu-ray, it really does. Next one, this is still sealed, but I have watched the film. I watched it on Now TV, God, ages ago now. Imperium with Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, it's not, I don't know, I have mixed things about this. It was a good film, but it talks about certain things that people might not like. It's all about religion and racial kind of things. So if you're easily offended, you probably wouldn't like this movie. But it's pretty decent if you watch it. His performance was incredible, I thought. My favourite performance from him, other than the Harry Potter films. Yeah, he does a great job. He plays an undercover cop in this kind of racial group. And yeah, great movie. If you can handle it, watch it. Maybe watch the trailer to see if you'd like it. But yeah, it's a good movie, so give it a chance. I don't know when I'll rewatch it, but it is a good film, so I wanted it in the collection. Okay, next one. This is a British TV show, but they went on and did 2 movies. I don't have the second one, but I have the first one. We got the Inbetweeners movie. Basically, teenage lads go away on holiday to Ibiza, and yeah, things go down. Great movie, hilarious. I've seen it so many times now. Pretty good film, check it out, even if you're not in Britain. I'm sure this is available worldwide now. But yeah, really funny film. Comes with quite a lot of cuts of the film, as well as on DVD as well. But yeah, you even got a special feature disc as well. But yeah, hilarious movie, check it out. The second one wasn't quite as good, but it was still good. They went to Australia, so yeah, I'll pick that up eventually. Next up, Christopher Nolan. Again, everyone has seen this and everyone really likes it. Inception. Don't really need to say much about it, it's a fantastic film. The story is really original and really creative. Yeah, great cast as well. Tom Hardy, DiCaprio, Jessica Rabbit, Tom Hardy, Ellen Page, Michael Caine. You know, they got a really good cast for this. The soundtrack is fantastic by Hans Zimmer. I listened to the soundtrack quite a lot for this movie, especially that one song called Time. I absolutely love that song. So yeah, nice, cool and titular. This actually comes with a comic book inside as well, so that's pretty cool. Next up, halfway through the second stack. This one, everyone has it. Indiana Jones, The Complete Adventures. This is the original box set. The one nowadays is horrible. It's just a jumbo case. But this one's got tons of artwork and discs. Yeah, I love the Indiana Jones movies. I really do. I love them. I saw them quite young, so I kind of grew up with these. First one's my favourite, then the third one, then the second one, then the fourth one. So I did see the fourth one in cinema. So yeah, the worst one, but I saw it in cinemas. Yeah, awesome, great set. Comes with a bonus disc as well, a huge digipack. I'm sure everyone has seen it or got it. Yeah, Indiana Jones. I don't need to say much because everyone has them. Another Criterion, don't have many, but I did get this one because I'm a huge Bogart fan. In a Lonely Place with Humphrey Bogart. Great movie, black and white, beautiful to watch. he's kind of a bad guy in this. He's kind of a good guy, and then turns into kind of the villain of the movie. Great movie, great performance as well. He kind of goes mad in a couple scenes in this, and it's pretty good to see. I love Bogart films, you know. Yes, I'm 19, but I love Bogart films. Casablanca, The Treasure of Sierra Madre, Maltese Falcon, Key Largo, The Big Sleep, you know, I love them all. So yeah, love it, great release. You got a booklet, you get the disc, you get some artwork. It's a great looking release. So yeah, if you're in the UK and you haven't got this release, definitely check it out. It's a great movie and a great release. Next up, Clint Eastwood, not in a western. We got In the Line of Fire, directed by Wolfgang Pearson, I believe. Love this film. It's kind of a creepy film, actually. The phone call scenes, you can actually see it on the back. The phone call scenes between Eastwood and the assassin, very creepy, because there's a lot of times where you don't actually see his face, you just hear his voice. And to me, it was such a creepy voice. And even who is it that plays him? Is it John Malkovich? Very creepy. Just for me, anyway. Great movie though. He's in the Secret Service protecting the president from a known assassin. So, great movie. Check it out. This is quite an early Blu-ray release. Has some artwork in it though. Pretty cool. But yeah, you can get that cheap now, so check it out if you haven't. It's really good. More Tarantino. This one took me quite a few times to watch before I really started to enjoy the film. But I'm glad I stuck around and kept watching it, because now I love it. Inglourious Basterds. I love this film. Yeah, Christopher Waltz. Yeah. Or Christoph Waltz, sorry. Brad Pitt. The opening scene is one of my all-time favourite opening scenes, with the family hiding in the farmhouse, and he comes in and starts speaking to him, and again, very dialogue heavy, but it's just so interesting, you have to keep watching it. Definitely one of my favourite opening scenes ever. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's a great watch. It's long, but it's really great. Nothing special inside. I don't know why I'm showing you, but yeah, love it. Especially after repeat viewings, it gets better every time for me. Next up, we've got another sci-fi film from recent years, Interstellar. Bit of a confusing film. I've seen it a couple times. I don't fully understand it yet, but maybe that's the beauty of the film. It's awesome. It really is awesome. I love it. And again, a great cast: Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Amy Adams, Michael Caine again. I love it. I love it. I wish it was in 3D though, but I know Christopher Nolan isn't a 3D fan, sadly. This is the Digibook version that came out in the UK. Pretty nice. Got the J card that came with it, and the digital copy. But it's a 2-disc release, Blu-rays, and then you get the book. Yeah, you've all seen it. I don't really need to show you. But yeah, great movie. I've only seen it a handful of times, but it is a great movie when you start watching it. You really do get into it. So yeah, Interstellar. These I can get through fast because everyone has these. Iron Man, Iron Man 2, and Iron Man 3. I do not have the 3D edition of Iron Man 3 yet. I still need to pick that up. It's always pricey. The Iron Man films I really enjoy. I should really do that. Yeah, I really enjoy these. You know, people have mixed opinions on number 2 and 3. I saw number 3 in cinemas actually twice. I won't get into the story. Yeah, I enjoy them. I enjoy them. Nothing more to say. I enjoy them. Let's move on. Again, Michael Caine popping up quite a lot in this collection video. We got The Italian Job, the original classic. My dad loved this and he kept saying to watch it, so I finally did. Yeah, great movie. I love the cars in the movie. It's just awesome to see them. Yeah, great kind of robbery heist movie actually. Very, very good. I love it. Classic movie. Classic movie. I'm glad it's on Blu-ray, and I have not seen the remake or reboot. I maybe will eventually, but I have the classic. That's the main thing. So that's all you need, isn't it? Next up, we've got Jarhead and Jarhead II. Yeah, Jarhead, the original one, is brilliant. A great character-driven drama war movie. It's really not about the conflict, it's about the people and the land. For me anyway, that's what I get off of it. Great, love it. Jake Gyllenhaal, again, great performance. Jamie Foxx is also in the movie. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, but don't expect, you know, a Black Hawk Down type of movie, because it's not like that at all. But yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you inside, but anyway. And then the second one came out, and to be honest with you, they shouldn't have called it Jarhead. I think the reason why they did was to sell the movie. It's nothing to do with the first film. It's not really a sequel at all. But it's actually not a bad movie actually. I do tend to watch it after watching the first one. It's actually pretty good. So I'm not going to bash it and say it's terrible, because it's not. It's actually a decent war movie. And this is all just action. So yeah, decent movie. There is a third one. I think there might even be a fourth one. Haven't seen them. I'll get them at some point though. Ray Harryhausen. A lot of his movies are coming out in the UK the last few months. We've got Jason and the Argonauts through the Premium Collection. Love this movie. I actually just watched it about 3-4 weeks ago again. It's just great, and it's easy to watch. It's easy just to pop on and watch. Yeah, great action adventure movie. Again, I love my Greek mythology and Roman time kind of movies, so I really enjoyed this movie. And Ray Harryhausen, one of the best in the industry. Yeah, I love that movie. It's awesome. All the skeletons and the when they're going through the rocks and it all starts piling on top of them, and it's cheesy nowadays, but it's great. You know, it's great. It's not dated. Well, it is dated kind of, but it's great. So we don't mind. Some people's favourite movie ever, Jaws. People say this isn't a horror. I think it depends if you find sharks scary, or if you're afraid of them. I'm not afraid of them, but I would still call it a horror movie, because people are getting eaten, you know? I mean, look at the image alone. Great movie, great Blu-ray presentation. They did a great job remastering it, restoring it. 7.1 surrounds as well, which is awesome. So a great release that they did. You know, they really put effort into it. I have not picked up any of the sequels. I liked number 2, and that was about it. Number 3 was just too out there for me. But the original is the best, of course. Got to have it. And we're on to the final stack. The final stack for this portion of the video. We are in 40 minutes, so we're doing good. This is the US release. We do not have this in the UK. Jeepers Creepers. I actually really enjoyed this. I've only seen it once, but it was really good. I have not seen this, well actually I have seen the second on DVD. Don't have the Blu-ray yet. But I do not have the third, and I haven't seen the third. I heard it's terrible, but the first one's good though. I enjoyed the first one. It was very creepy at the start. Towards the end I was kind of like, it's kind of just average, but the you know, the first 20-30 minutes was fantastic. Very creepy, very creepy. So yeah, glad to have it in the collection. Don't know why it's not out in the UK on Blu-ray yet. When they brought the third one out on Blu-ray, so so I thought they would bring out number 1 and 2, but they never. So, but yeah, I'm glad to have it. Another Disney movie, one of my favourites growing up, The Jungle Book. I just love the apes and the monkeys. Yeah, it's a great film. How can you not like this? It's awesome, it's friendly, and it looks great on Blu-ray. Yeah, not much to say about it. Great movie. Then we've got Kick-Ass. This is the Play.com Steelbook with the landscape image. And then we have Kick-Ass 2, just the standard edition. I enjoy these movies quite a bit. I think the humour is bang on. I love the humour. I love the sort of violence that's in it. Great movies. A lot better than I was expecting. I remember getting the first one when it came out, and I thought, I'm not going to like this, but it turned out I really enjoyed it. And of course I picked the second one up. I never got it as a new release. I think I waited quite a while for it, but I love the second one. I actually think I prefer the second one over the first one, which many people won't agree with, but I loved it. I loved it. I loved Jim Carrey. Chloe Grace Moretz as Hit Girl was fantastic. The motherfucker. You know you're into something weird when they're called that as the villain. So yeah, Kick-Ass, great. I haven't seen this, so I can't really talk about it. Killer Elite, it was one of those pound shop Blu-rays months back. So, but I like Clive Owen, so, and I like Statham, and I like De Niro, so can't be all that bad, surely. You never know nowadays. Another Clive Owen movie. This was the first Clive Owen film I saw. King Arthur. This is great, and I just watched this about 2 weeks ago. I had the DVD for so many years, and I finally got the director's cut on Blu-ray. It is a Disney film, believe it or not, but the director's cut is an adult film. It's not for kids. They did tame it, and well, they did do a tamer version for the cinema and then DVDs. It's still a good film. It's just a lot tamer. Whereas in this, there's more gore. There's longer battle scenes. There's some sex scenes. There's some heads coming off. It's definitely the better edition to watch. Don't watch the TV cut either. I love it. It's epic battles. It's awesome. Ray Winston's in the movie. Mads Mikkelsen from Hannibal, he's in this, which is awesome. He's one of the knights. And Keira Knightley. Very nice. So yeah, check it out. Great movie. It's awesome. You know, get the popcorn out and just have a great time watching it. Another great action movie, and again, I watched this a couple weeks ago. The Kingdom. Ron Howard? No, Peter Berg. Peter Berg, that's it. I love this film. It's so good, and it's so intense at the end. The end action scene is just so intense. The highway scene is fantastic. It's very well done. I really truly recommend this movie. It's great. It's on Netflix as well, so you can watch it on there. I really recommend it. It's great. Jamie Foxx. I'm not usually a big fan of, is it Jason Bateman? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jason Bateman, but he is good in this, so I don't mind him in it. Yeah, great movie. I highly recommend that. It's really good, very intense, and kind of brutal in a couple scenes. Getting to the end, probably my top 5 Ridley Scott films. You know I'm a big Ridley Scott fan. Kingdom of Heaven, the Ultimate Edition Steelbook. This has all 3 cuts of the film. It has all the special features, all in one package, so it's awesome. It's the 2-disc release. This is the only way to get all the cuts on Blu-ray in the UK. The standard edition, I think, is only the director's cut. You don't get the Roadshow, and you don't get the theatrical cut. I always watch the Roadshow, which is the longest one. yeah, I can watch this quite often actually, surprisingly. I don't know why, I just love it. It's such a great film. I love the time period, I love all the great action scenes, all the characters are amazing. Liam Neeson's in the movie, and Orlando Bloom does a really good job. So if you haven't seen the movie, definitely worth a purchase, and give it a watch because it's awesome. But do watch The Roadshow because it's the best cut of the film, but it is long, so be prepared. Speaking of long films, Peter Jackson's King Kong. I just rewatched this a couple weeks ago. I must have just went through all my K movies. Yeah. I don't totally love it, but I do really enjoy it. I don't know why I watched it recently. I think I was just in the mood for a long film, and I chose this. The city scene, or the civilization that they find on the island, that is so creepy. So creepy. I still get creeped out to this day over that scene. When the girl has her hand out, and when they all come out from wherever they're hiding, it's just so creepy. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, the extended cut, pretty cool. Haven't seen this. It was in my last update, so I haven't seen it yet. The Last Exorcism. Haven't seen it yet. It looks decent. My uncle says it's decent, so hopefully it will be decent. So, yeah, Last Exorcism. Oh, Steve McQueen. This is really good. And the Formula 1 just started recently. Le Mans. Of course, the 24-hour race that happens every year in France. I don't know, well, yeah, France. Really good. I think it failed at the box office, didn't it? Did it not fail? He had to put a lot of money towards this movie as well, which wasn't a great move for him. But yeah, it's great, and I know he really wanted to make this movie for years, and then he finally did. Really good. If you go back and watch it, it's a really good film. I do enjoy it. The race scenes are great. And Steve McQueen, you know, you can't go wrong with Steve McQueen. Another one of my favourite franchises, Lethal Weapon. I have not checked out the show. The show looks very average to me. I think I'll just stick with the movies. This is the collection that came out in the UK. Great release. You got a bonus disc as well as the 4 movies. I love them. I love all of them. I really do. They're all equally as good to me. You know, if I watch the first one, I have to watch the rest. And again, Joe Pesci is just a legend in this. And Chris Tucker in the 4th movie, hilarious. Him and Joe Pesci together are hilarious. I'm surprised they never did some comedies together. Unless they did that, I'm not aware of. But yeah, love them. Mel Gibson, he's the man, despite what he's done in the past. Yeah, the first one, Christmas movie. Monty Python's Life of Brian. The only Monty Python I have in my collection. But this is the best one, isn't it? This is the best one. The Messiah. Great, hilarious, very funny. If you haven't seen Monty Python stuff, definitely check it out. It's really great. This actually came with artwork inside as well, which is quite cool. So there you go. Yeah, great, love it. Don't have to say much about it. I talked about this in the first part of the collection where I was talking about Backdraft, Ladder 49. When I got into Chicago Fire, I wanted to check out some movies. This was one of them. This is the US release. Again, not available in the UK. But yeah, John Travolta and Joaquin Phoenix, they play brothers. Again, Joaquin Phoenix is the new firefighter, and his brother is having to look out for him and train him, kind of thing. Really good, really good. Very similar to Backdraft, but it's great. It really holds up still as well, so great. One of the best movies ever made. I'm pretty sure everyone who's seen this will probably agree. Lawrence of Arabia. This is the Sony edition with the cool slipcover and the gold. yeah, even at my age, I love this film. I love just taking the whole afternoon out and watch this and have a great time, adventure watching it. And it looks fantastic on Blu-ray. It's like Ben-Hur or Cleopatra. It just looks spotless. Great release. It's 2 discs. I think the movie's on 1 disc, and then you get special features on the second disc. Masterpiece. It really is. It really is. I'd love to get that big box set that came out years ago, but it's quite expensive now. Maybe one time I'll get it. Tom Hardy. I think people were mixed on this film, but I really loved it. Legend with the cool lenticular. Yeah, arguably maybe his best performance. He plays 2 characters in this movie. He has to fight himself. Yeah, great movie about the Cray twins. Probably the best to date, in my opinion. I love it. I've seen it a good number of times. Again, I watched it on Amazon Prime, and then as soon as I watched it, I went and ordered it because I loved it. But I made sure to get the slipcover as well for it. I love it. Check it out if you haven't. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's awesome. Another movie I haven't seen, so I can't really comment. Lincoln. I've had this for a long time. I just haven't watched it. I heard it's kind of a slow movie. I'll get to it eventually. I'm pretty sure he won Best Actor for that movie, so I need to check it out. Next up, Logan. Yes, Logan. Still sealed Steelbook actually. My original copy came damaged, so I watched it that night, and then I got an exchange for a mint copy, so that's why it's not opened. Plus I might get the 4K, so I don't even know if I will open this, but Logan, it's awesome. It really is. It was a great sending off for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Quite sad that, you know, he's gave up the role now. I would love to have seen him, you know, go from the start to the end, but oh well, you know, things come to an end. But yeah, I love Logan. It's awesome. I loved how they did the R rating for it as well, similar to Deadpool. So yeah, I have no complaints over the film. I've still not watched the black and white one, the noir version. I haven't seen that yet. A war movie, epic, very long film, great cast, The Longest Day, Steelbook. It's an epic. That's all you have to say. It's a wartime epic. The scale of the movie is huge. The cast is huge. It's fantastic. It's beautiful, black and white. And I like it because the Germans speak German, the French speak French, and the British speak British, and the Americans speak American. It's not all of just a whole English movie. There is subtitles, but it's fantastic. I really recommend checking it out. There was a coloured version made because I saw it on TV in colour, but they've never released it on Blu-ray in colour, which I'm fine with because I love black and white. But it would be cool to get the option between the 2 different editions. So, and the last movie, we've just made it below an hour. The last movie in this segment is Lucy, directed by Luc Besson. I finally watched Valerian on Netflix a couple nights ago. It was decent, but Lucy I much prefer. Yeah, I love this film. I got it when it first came out. I love Scarlett Johansson, so it was an instant buy for me, and I loved it. I don't regret buying it whatsoever. Very creative, very beautiful looking. I would love to get the 4K for this one because it probably looked great with the HDR. Yeah, loved it. I loved the whole opening. The whole opening with the foreign guys and just so confused what's happening. It was great. So yeah, Lucy, very nice steelbook as well. So yeah, Lucy. So there you go, guys. That is the 3rd part of my collection. We're slowly getting there. Yeah, hopefully, as I said, I'm doing all these videos in 1 or 2 days, so none of these have been uploaded yet while I'm filming, so hopefully they're all getting great responses. It's taken a while to do them all, but I want to do it for you guys, so yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you've got comments about any of the films, definitely leave some comments down below. Please give the video a like rating for the effort I've gone to do these videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part. Hopefully it'll be around the same time, no longer than an hour. So yeah, definitely check me out on my social media links down in the description. Like the video, and until next time, guys, stay awesome. Peace.